Group Station.
Sports Center.
I'm Kevin Winter. Major League Baseball's got about 7 weeks left to go in the regular season. That's about it. The best races are all in the National League. Well, the American League West is getting interesting as well. Starting the day, the largest National League lead in the division, 3 for the Cubs over the Brewers, and that's thanks to the Cubs' dramatic walk-off grand slam last night. The two teams will open up the series tomorrow at Wrigley. Games available on ESPN+. As for tonight, the Mets and the Yankees are going head-to-head on ESPN television. It's a makeup game of a Sunday nighter, which was washed out. Jacob deGrom against Luis Severino, the best earned run average in the league against one of the top winning pitchers in the league. Severino needed 56 pitches to get through only 2 innings of work. Mets put 2 on the board in the first. deGrom has made it stand up. 2-0 is your score right now. They're in the top of the second inning. White Sox and the Tigers, they're scoreless. Cleveland and Cincinnati scoreless. They're in the second inning as well. News from Chris Antonetti, the Indians president, about Leonys Martin, who was acquired at the trade deadline on July 31st. Martin has been in the hospital for a week at the Cleveland Clinic. He had a bacterial infection that entered his bloodstream. It almost shut down all of his organs. Antonetti called it a life-threatening situation, but Leonys Martin is doing much better. He's not sure if he's going to be able to play again this year. Game 2 of a doubleheader in Atlanta. Braves and Marlins just underway. Atlanta won the opener 9-1, now first in the NL East.
Coming up Tuesday, an event that requires its participants to be in peak physical shape. A test of the mind, body, and spirit, and PPR. ESPN's Fantasy Football Marathon is back, baby. From first rounders to long shots, we've got your back. Tuesday, Golic and Wingo. 6 Eastern, ESPN Radio, ESPN News.
What's going on, everyone? Hello and welcome to the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando, where we bring the action and, of course, we definitely bring the nonsense. You can catch us Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. or 24/7 at kevinsuttonshow.com. And don't forget to like us on all social media. That's Facebook, Instagram, that's Twitter, all under the username Kevin Sutton Show. And, of course, don't forget to download our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, even Google Play Music, and we are also on Spotify. I'm Dr. Phil. I'll be holding it down while Kevin and Myra are out saving the world. But first, today in the studio, some say that this man can actually levitate Nicky Football.
The only thing I can do is levitate your interest on the radio. That's all I can do. I can raise your interest. That's all.
What's going on, man?
Not much, buddy. You have a good weekend?
I worked, but yeah, actually, yes, I did have a good weekend.
Good.
I can't say it because I'll tell you over the break.
All right.
But I can't say it
good.
over the air.
I caught the new Mission Impossible movie.
How was that?
Awesome.
Dude, Tom Cruise is ageless.
He's getting too old for it. We've reached a point. There were some scenes in there where you were like, Tom.
I'm just waiting for him to pull the Danny Glover. Like, I'm too old for this.
What they've done, though, is they've taken on the Fast and Furious model, where they've surrounded him with other interesting people, too, so he doesn't have to be as dynamic.
Gotcha.
The movie was fantastic. They did not pay for this plug. Trust me, I'm not that big of a deal. But it was one of those movies. It was 2.5 hours where you didn't focus on anything except that. It was great.
Mission Impossible Fallout, right?
Fallout, yes.
Wow.
Fallout was very good.
Wow. Well, today, man, I'm starting to get tired of hearing these news stories, especially in the wrestling industry. This has been yet another wrestling death. And unfortunately, this one is Jim the Anvil Neidhart. He is a WWE Hall of Famer. This also affects Total Divas. This is Natty Neidhart's father, big legend. I have Vinny LaSpada from LaSpada's, a huge wrestling fan. If you guys didn't know that, you guys probably already do know that. But Vinny LaSpada, you there, man?
What's going on, guys?
Hey, man, it's just me right now, me and Nick.
What's going on, Nick?
Not much, man. Not much. Good to have you on.
So, Vinny, I know you're tired of hearing all this. This is becoming a recurring theme for the past couple of years. It's been pretty bad with wrestler deaths, and this recent one is Jim Neidhart.
Yeah, and it's kind of crazy too because I didn't know how he died, and then I was actually I got home and I showed my girl the story, and she told me, which is really like it's kind of weird how he died, but it's like really sad and it stinks. But he fell after he turned the air down at his house, and he fell on his head.
Really?
So it wasn't like he died from heart attack or old age or anything. So it was actually kind of crazy how he died. He got rushed to the hospital and then he died later on at 11 o'clock in the morning. But I mean, just a sad day for the wrestling world. I mean, any wrestler that dies. A couple weeks ago we had Scotty 2 Hotty that died. Didn't we have somebody else die that same week?
No, it was Brian Christopher, Grandmaster Sexay. And then we also lost Nikola Volkov, and we lost Vader. This is like the past 2 months.
Before I go into depth about him, I got to tell you, I did run into Jim Neidhart WrestleMania weekend here in Orlando, and it was funny because I ran into him at a CVS, waiting to go to a signing for Kevin Owens.
Okay.
He walked in the door. He looked mad, and I told everybody, leave him alone. Don't mess with him, because he's an older guy. He probably doesn't want to be bothered with the whole autograph stuff. And I told all my friends that. And let's just leave it at when all my friends came up to him and asking him for an autograph, it did not go so well.
Oh.
But besides that, he was a nice guy. I've met him a couple times at WrestleCon. So, I mean, it was really sad because the times I did meet with him, I wish I got a picture with him, because things like this, you don't know when somebody's going to, pass away, which is tragic. But, I want to go into a little bit of the history of Jim Neidhart. He wrestled from 1979 to 2009.
Yeah, that's a very long career.
It's a long career. 2-time tag team champions with one and only Bret the Hitman Hart of the Hart Foundation. 2-time Stampede International Tag Team Champion with Hercules Allen in 1980 and Mr. Henton in 1983. Also, among other events, he headlined the second WrestleMania with Bret Hart. They debuted in the Battle Royal.
Yeah.
Which that was a big deal. Let me see. How good are you with dates? When do you think Jim Neidhart debuted in WWF at the time?
It's got to be, 87? 87 with Bret Hart?
His first match was in 1985, January 21st in Madison Square Garden.
Wow.
That's the Mecca.
Vinny, did you see the photo of the Hart Foundation? There's a picture with Bret Hart in the middle, and then you have Owen Hart and Brian Pillman to his right, and then you have Jim Neidhart and British Bulldog to his left, and Bret Hart's the only one left.
Isn't it crazy, dude?
He's the only one left alive, and it's very, very sad. It's very, very sad. But give me 1 second, Vinny. We got Myra and Kevin are back.
Y'all having a good time.
Oh,
What's
it's
up, guys?
sad, man.
It's a sad
Oh
day.
my God.
What up?
That's crazy.
I got Vinny with Spot on the phone.
I
talking
know,
about
we
Jim,
heard
Jim
him.
Neidhart. That's Natty's father.
And
so.
did he have like a blood clot or what? I mean,
Vinny, you said he fell down and hit his head?
They said he fell and hit his head. It doesn't really go into depth, but it's a really weird death. Like, I feel like there's more to the story than what they're telling us because
he seemed a little unstable just when you watch the episodes
just mentally
too.
a little bit off. So, but you got to think about it once you get into it.
Remember too, he was going through a lot of rehab stuff as well.
Yeah, and then even his wife, Maddie's mom, seems a little off too. So,
but his language was slurred. He had a whole lot of different issues that was going on.
Yeah, he didn't seem all too together whenever the small, and now it's probably the best he's at when we've seen him on the air. So I'm sure he's been suffering quite a bit, and he just didn't he looked like somebody who had like congestive heart failure and all that other stuff. So,
but you look at how he used to be during the show. He was like slurred. He had
not quite there
a
together.
lot of anger issues that he was popping in and out on. So he was doing dealing with depression, and on top of that, he was dealing with back injuries. So he's had all these things going on in the past, I would say 2-3 years or so. And you don't know what his life was back when the steroid era was in WWE. Dealing with all that stuff now, it makes it sad to see that it could have been other issues. Like there's been multiple celebrities that have died just with a bump on the head, or they fell skiing and next thing you know they were dead. Like but there's a lifestyle that goes with all of them.
And Kevin, that brings a point. You know, Rowdy Piper predicted his own death.
Yeah,
I actually had the clip from Real Sports that he was on with Brian Gumbel.
The interview he did?
Nick, do you have it?
I had Tuanols, Secanols, Tylenol 4, Decadroblin, testosterone, Placidils, Valium. You get this going, and then you start drinking alcohol. Deadly combination. You bring cocaine into the picture. Doesn't line. It's time to fight. No downers there. You know, let's go. But it would be nice to have a little painkiller in you as you go in, or a lot. And boom. So now you come out of the ring. It's 10:30, and you're high. How are you?
At the time of our story, Piper was nearly 50 and said he despised the business. Yet he'd gone back into it to make a living.
What would you have me do at 49 when my pension plan I can't take out till I'm 65? I'm not going to make 65. Let's just face facts, guys.
And he died at 61.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah.
It was a sad time. And you just the stuff that goes on in their lives. I mean, they are truly rock stars. I mean, they live their life in that industry where they're held on a pedestal. These guys are nonstop action. The rock and roll music, the rap. I mean, they're like pop stars in their own era. It's kind of like I say wakeboarders.
Yeah.
Like no one knows who the hell a wakeboarder is, but there's a mass amount of people that is only involved in that particular sport. So when you take the WWE, everybody knows the wrestlers, especially the top ones. We're gonna go to commercial break. When
Vinny,
we get
thank
back.
you for calling in, man.
Mr.
I really
Vinny,
appreciate it.
Appreciate it, man. I gotta eat some of them subs.
Good, man.
All right, have a good night. Have a good night, Vinny.
It's time to go to commercial break, man.
Yeah.
We got to talk about this. It's crazy.
Stay right there. ESPN 580 Orlando.
Winning at pretty much everything except sports radio. Winning. Winning. You're listening to the Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando. Everybody hands go up, and they stay there, and they say yeah, and they stay there. 'Cause all I do is win, and if you go in.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're back in the action on ESPN 580 Orlando. Nothing but the hits. Hit me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. All under the username Kevin Sutton Show. Because man, it's all about that there.
Yes. And the Kevin Sutton Show is proudly brought to you by Cruz and Pasquera, PA, your personal injury attorneys. That's right. Have you been in a car accident, slip and fall? Cruz and Pasquera, your full-service law firm. Give them a call at 407-841-0200. And as you know, we call them your I-4 lawyers. But if you ever go by to Cruz and Pasquera, you get them the VIP word. Man, you get the best treatment. But no, Cruz and Pasquera, where you're not just a client, you're family.
Yeah, so I sent them 3 people the past week.
They're loving it. They're loving it.
It's not a good thing. I referred a good friend of mine from high school. Referred her over there this week. She had a really bad accident and actually passed a guy texting, like deep thought texting, driving down I-4. She passes him.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, after she passed him, he switches back into her lane.
Oh, really?
And then he rear ends her.
I was just telling Mike too. This guy I work with, young kid, 20, 22, got rear-ended by a semi. He went to the doctor the first day, didn't do anything else about that. And I told him, what is wrong with you? And he was afraid of lawyers and stuff. So he actually called. He talked to Kristen and all that.
There's a lot.
So hopefully they can do something for him. But before we do switch topics, we were talking about Jim the Anvil Neidhart. He did pass away today at 63.
Did they call his death at all? Like what they think it was?
Well, not yet. I'm sure they'll do an autopsy. probably within the next couple of days.
Right.
But in the past 2 years, okay, I'm going to throw some names at you, okay? This is people that we lost. All right. Jimmy Superfly Snuka.
Oh, that one hurt.
Chavo Guerrero Sr. George the Animal Steel. Nicole Bass. Ivan Koloff. Ron Bass. Rosie. You know, Roman Reigns' brother.
Yeah, Roman Reigns' brother, yeah.
We also lost Jimmy Valiant. This is this year. We lost Bruno. We lost Big Bully Busick. We lost Vader.
Vader, yeah.
Nikolai Volkov, Brian Christopher, and Jim the Anvil Neidhart.
Wow.
It's just the past 2 years.
But the life expectancy of a person, like we were saying, I don't know if anybody was on my side about them being like rock stars.
Yeah.
But
true.
Well, they live their life hard.
Yeah.
You know,
you heard it from Roddy Piper.
Yeah. I
He
mean,
was just saying it. He ain't going to live to be 65.
I make a lot of fun saying they're not athletes all the time with Nick, but truthfully, what they have to do in order to commit to the punishment that they go through on a daily basis.
Definitely stuntmen. That's true.
Yeah. And their bodies are definitely way beyond a regular person 9 to 5 that any of us might get into.
Yeah.
Outside of a professional athlete or a stunt person, they put their bodies through a lot. And in order to keep up with the appearances, I mean, there's only
it's a hard life. How many days do they work out of the year?
300 days.
300 days.
Yeah, small handful of bad body wrestlers that make it famous. The rest of them are, you know,
they're body guys.
Yeah, they're cover of Muscle Man magazine or something like that. So there's a image that they have to uphold in that.
Yeah,
with a gruesome work routine that they have to do just for work, and then they don't have any downtime. So it's basically go their whole career. Like you said, 300
days a year.
300 days a year.
I also think that generation, it's not going to happen again.
No.
I think with the generation we have now, with the athletes that we have now, I think the WWE has the steroid era. I think has passed us.
So it's more like they might. Well, because
there's
like two wrestlers that like work part time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but they're also from a different generation.
Okay,
so
I got you.
That. So the guys that we have now, they don't really go out doing all the party and stuff, the crazy stuff that they also do, because that's a big factor too.
Yeah,
cocaine. They don't. A lot of them don't really do that because a lot of the wellness policy. There's a lot of stuff that they do. A lot of the guys,
the WWE implemented to help reduce.
A lot of those guys, as soon as they're done, they just sit and play video games.
Well, you know what's interesting is remember what Daniel Bryan said, right? He had this interview. He said, "I want to wrestle until the day I die." Mm-hmm. Right. Because he knows mentally, and we've seen him go through his downfall, the deep depression he went through and the anxiety from not living in that life. They don't know what to do with themselves either.
No, because you guys are in the spotlight so much, and then you're not anymore at all.
Yeah, so you're done.
You want that high, not the high. You know what I mean?
But
that high.
No, definitely
that adrenaline.
I mean, it's kind of like being a cover band. Mm-hmm. You don't have your own stuff. You ain't ever gonna have probably nothing really good, but
play the hits.
Go on stage, and if you're good enough, you'll open up for real acts.
Yeah,
and you can be a cover band for a while, and people get into it because they're like, we're at a concert, and that's the cover band. But in a minute, X person's about to come up on stage, so I'm already excited about it, already feeling that. And these guys get that same type of thing. Like a lot of people know it's fake, but at the same time, they're into it just as much as they are, and they're hyping each other up. And it's like these kids, like make a wish. Hey, I'm dying maybe in the next four months. Yeah. But if I was to die, I would love to see you before I go. Like that right there, they're impacting people's lives way beyond just it being a sidebar.
Well, I'll just say,
there's athletes that don't even get the same respect and desire to be visited at those times because I think it does connect with the younger adults and then it goes into a lifestyle as an adult.
But I mean, you look at even in actors and all that kind of stuff, it's the same thing. When you're on and you get that praise and you get treated, I mean, let's talk about Demi Lovato. She's a pop singer. Yes. She's on top of the world, yet she's shooting up heroin. Where is she at? To where if it wasn't for the pin, she'd be dead. We'd be talking about her, how she died.
Oh, the Narcan?
Yeah, the Narcan saved her life.
That's what.
Saved
really?
her life. Yeah.
Dang, it was that bad?
It was. They said it was really bad when they got there, and they thought that it wasn't even going to help her.
Yeah.
I had no clue.
She's on top of the world. She's touring around the world right now on top. Sponsors, sketchers, all that stuff. And this is what her life is too, where she's shooting up. I mean, it's a hard life, and you know, that's why when you talk about actors and people, celebrities and wrestlers are celebrities.
Too.
Yeah,
With
I mean,
suicides a lot. That happens a lot too, because Kevin just said it too. They're at such a high all the time, and then when they're not there no more, you try to feed that.
Yeah.
So
I think it creates an addiction in itself. Just that adrenaline junkie, like people get caught into doing action sports, or they're doing like rock climbing, or actually free climbing, and
heck no,
these guys are doing the parkour. Like, okay, parkour is great, but you know what? I'm gonna jump off of this building that's like 20 feet away, and you start getting into that. You get people bumping and viewing your videos on YouTube and all that. A lot of people have lost their lives doing that.
Well, look at our friend Chad Tepper.
Yeah.
Pro skateboarder. He's a YouTube sensation. He suffers from major anxiety.
Yeah.
't either up or he's down.
And he talks about it all the time.
He's open about it. Yeah.
He's like, it gets to the point where there's so many people around you that you can't be yourself. So you always feel like somebody's watching you. And he's like, and I do dumb stuff all day. Like, I'm kicking myself in the crotch, and I'm jumping off of a building into a pool, a kiddie pool, so he does the dumb things, but he's like, having so many people around changes who you are, and it changes where you see yourself on the day-to-day basis, like feeling too vulnerable. And
well, who's probably really, really going through a hard time is Natty.
Yeah, she idolized her dad.
She did. She did everything for her mom and dad, and I'm sure it's going to be a struggle on her mom too, because her mom kind of like was a codependent, kind of in that relationship. I think she was better than he was, but not too far off either.
I think she was living the life with him.
Yeah.
You're right. And guys, I did mention this briefly when we were talking to Vinny. There's a picture of the Hart Foundation. All right, Kevin?
Oh, yeah.
You have Bret Hart in the middle, and on his right, you have Brian Pillman, and you have Owen Hart, and on his left, you have the British Bulldog and Jim Neidhart. Only person left is Bret Hart.
Wow.
Yeah. Only person left is Bret Hart. And so that's really sad.
And I think the highest age was what? I guess his would be 63 would be
oldest, because Bret Hart, I think Bret Hart is 60. But Bret Hart has gone through a lot himself.
Yeah.
He's had
so
strokes.
63 is the highest. Yeah.
Dang.
I'm telling you, it's that steroid era. There's a lot of great ones that are, one of our good friends of the show, King Haku. He's actually going through it right now. He, made a post through his daughter on her Instagram, and just the family's like really close, even with some of the hatred, some of the bad things that go along with it. He's like, it's impossible not to become like real,
He's in his 60s,
real
right?
family. Yeah. He's like, you become like a real family. He's like, we're spending pretty much every day of the week for the whole year.
You don't know
together.
how much you got left.
Yeah. So,
man,
let's get out of this hole.
Yeah, man. Good grief.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil.
I'm sorry. Yeah, let's get out of this hole, man.
I'll keep us down. Hey, we're going to go to commercial break. There's a lot of things going on, especially here in Florida. Make sure you guys get out there and vote August 28th for whoever you choose to. But we need to. In commissioner race, District 3, definitely. But just in the fact that there's so many things going on. They just overturned the charges for the Stand Your Ground case. So there's a lot of things happening here. So you just there's so many different perspectives of it. But be safe, stay focused. We'll be right back.
Attention, attention. Kevin Sutton is not who he says he is. Beware at all costs. Unless, of course, you're listening to the show right now, then, well, we thank you very much. We love you all.
That's creepy troll music.
It's Jay-Z. Thank God for granting me this moment of clarity. Come on, you guys know Jay-Z.
you talking
Illuminati.
I do love Jay-Z.
Yeah, Nick, you know what this track was, though, right?
Yes.
Okay, the Black Album, one of the greatest albums of all time.
I think the Blueprint was nice.
Which one?
Oh,
he had
Blueprint
3.
was good.
He had 3 volumes.
Yeah,
Whatever.
The first volume.
No, Volume 2, bro.
Volume 2 is nice. Volume 2
That's
is
what
nice.
Hard Knock Life and all them.
Yeah, that one went a little bit into it.
Is that the one where Beyonce was on it?
She was on
Volume
3.
Yes, no, she was on Volume 2.
Oh, they were together. Oh yeah. Ah.
Yeah, he's owned her for a while.
He's
Oh my goodness.
You know, Jay-Z is in our Money Monday because I updated our list. These are all people that we've done before. So I'm just giving a little promo for next segment. These are all people that we've done before, but their net worths have all changed. Some up,
Dramatic.
some down.
Heart of the City on Blueprint? Yeah. That's a good one, too.
Some up, some down. Some way up.
I never know what you, Nick, man.
Hey, man.
Never know.
No,
Nick,
know.
I want to see what you play in your car. Like you need to
No,
bring
you
your
don't.
playlist.
No. It's
can't
a really
play it
weird.
here.
No, it's a
I
really
need to
weird
hear. I need to
playlist.
hear your last 10 songs you played.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
It's always a strange thing. I was driving down the road the other day. I was about to DJ a wedding, so like I get so much music when I'm like going through and putting stuff for people's weddings. It's like normally it's like the most I've gotten from somebody was like 200 songs that they like this is our array of
that they
songs.
think they can all play during a wedding. You
And
know?
it takes work. It takes work to get them in. There's like, oh, these are our most important ones. If we don't hear these, we'll never be happy. So,
We won't pay you if you don't play the wobble.
so, but when
Everybody
you go
wants the
through,
wobble.
so like when I do my playlist, it's always it'll go from like the 50s to like country. It'll be like Garth Brooks to like back that thing up to like some Kodak Black. It is all over the place. I was doing Frank Sinatra, "Fly Me to the Moon" the other day, and somebody pulled up beside the van. And they're like, "What's up?" I'm like, "What's up?" And they looked over like, "What?"
That's
"Fly me to the moon." They see me. It's it's
no
always
one
funny.
can. People think they can size you up, but they can't, Kevin. Like I was walking the other day down the road, and this guy, kid you not, was jamming Rod Stewart.
Heck yeah.
Girl, you want my lady, or dun, 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 if you think I'm sexy.
Okay.
And I was like, he's jamming that. He's jamming it like it was on a main station
What they
right
say?
now.
Don't judge a book by a cover.
I'll play some Boy George.
Oh yeah,
some Culture Club.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I'll play some Culture Club in the car. Yeah, I have a very weird taste in music as well.
I think we all do. I think I'm the same way.
Yeah.
I got issues.
I even like country rap.
Oh yeah, teach me how to buggy. That is like awesome.
Big Smo, all those dudes.
Oh yeah,
like, it's terrible music. I'm sorry, but I love it though.
I
It's
used
like
to
my
love
guilty.
Garth.
It's like my guilty pleasure. No, but country rap is like 2002 rap.
yeah,
They-
that is very
country.
true. Yeah,
Yeah.
But one
That's
of
when
my
they start
best
accepting.
CDs you bought me was Barry Manilow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's how you get the ladies, man. Buy them a Manilow CD.
Oh man, but it's a crazy time. I know we were kind of down this, our first 2 segments, talking about wrestling when it's not Wrestling Wednesday, but this is breaking news.
Yeah.
And stuff you've actually been passionate about for a long time, Phil. Seeing all these tragedies hit left and right. And you didn't mention Bruno Sammartino, but he was one of the legends.
List, yeah.
He lasted a long
But
time.
he lasted a long time. But I
But
don't
he
think
wasn't that type of guy.
He didn't live that lifestyle though. Bruno Sammartino was a family guy. He stayed home with his kids. He loved his wife.
The wife
They were
went
same
with
woman
him a lot of
forever.
times.
And he never. I don't think he ever did any steroid because he was more of a like.
he said he did the thing about
naturally-
all natural.
Yeah,
he had that
big guy.
that book.
Yeah,
that he was
I would.
talking about.
I would absolutely love to see a movie based on his life, not produced by WWE,
I get
a
you.
big studio movie. Because this
Production.
guy,
'Cause
has
there's a
gone
lot to
through
him.
everything from the Nazis killing his family in front of him
Yeah.
to all that stuff. And we had the interview. We interviewed Bruno Sammartino a few years ago.
Yeah, that
if
was
you
a
want to
great
go back to listen to it in our podcast, we talked to him the whole hour.
Yep.
The whole hour. It was great. He tells us about the times he ran from the Nazis and his family being killed and stuff like that. So that's one that I would love to see a feature length film about him. But yes,
that would be awesome.
I 100% agree with that one right there.
Meyer, you've been getting bullied.
I know. So we were just talking about, the election's coming up. It's 2 weeks from tomorrow, which
Oh
is
my
crazy.
gosh! Are you
Nick,
psyched?
did you see my post at all?
I did.
Oh man,
Was that you in that photo? No.
that's crazy though. I got to tell you guys,
I'm trying to think of a retort for that. And I can't.
There's none.
I can't come up with anything that's not going to get me fired.
I got to tell you, I've been in politics for a while. You guys know I've been running. I've been really proud of it, and we've been working on this so hard. And I can't believe we're 2 weeks away from Election Day, and I get that post Sunday morning. And let me tell you, first of all,
the post is a message.
A message. I get a message, a private message, and I read that, and I was like, "What?" I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't believe the amount of hate and anger that this guy was bullying me with, and then he blocked me. And I guess he thought that I don't know anybody who's on Facebook.
So much hate, he couldn't even write anything legibly.
Yeah, so much hate.
So explain it if you're going to talk about it.
All right, so
some others would be lost.
Yeah, so I get a message, a direct message telling me that I am not a real American.
You're Mexican.
That I'm Mexican. I need to go back to Mexico. That I don't. I'm not a person of faith. I'm a coward. I'm lazy and I'm money hungry. And because of that, he's not going to vote for me. But he went on to talk about Trump as his president and just went off on a tyrant. And it was like Spanglish, but it was worse than Spanglish because he was so angry when he was typing it. Wouldn't you look at your mess and be like, wait, that doesn't make sense. Let me fix this word.
No, I don't think there's a lot of intelligent thought that goes into any of this really whatsoever.
And it took me reading it like 3 or 4 times.
Well, you had to read it because you're just like,
it's just like, what? And then, and then he goes on and he ends his line saying he's going to vote for my opponent by name. So then I'm like, okay, this is politics. Yeah. But it really stunk. I've left everyone alone. I don't care what other people are doing. I just stay the course on what I'm doing. And it's really sad that I got to be pulled out like that.
Myra, I think there's a positive to take out of this, and it's that people are intimidated by you. You're disrupting, and that's a good thing. I mean, people who like the status quo are intimidated by the fact that you're coming out and running and doing doing your thing, and for someone to write a message like that, I think does say that people feel like you can make change, and maybe that change wouldn't be good for them, but it would be good for the city.
And you're a woman.
Man, I'm crying. I can't believe Nick just said something nice about me. It's only taken 2.5 years.
It's only taken 2.5 years.
You've gone 41 minutes without bashing LeBron, so we're okay right now.
No, I appreciate it, and I got to tell you, the love has been overwhelming, and it's good. I mean, we're going to be cautious because this gentleman obviously is a little bit off, mentally, and by his pictures on his Facebook, he's a little bit of what would you call him, Kevin? Like a
militant.
He probably calls himself a patriot.
But my thing is, I love my guns, and I'm not concerned about him having images of multiple guns in his pictures. That's not an issue. But I hate when people put Trump with hate, and that's like wherever you want to feel the president is at. That's what he says. That's what he does on his own. But when you start putting out your hatred about different races and all this, and then say, and Trump is where I'm at, and this is the best thing in the world, and Trump is the president, and he's going to take over and make this world better again. That's perfectly fine, but your hatred that you spewed isn't connected to the president. And that's regardless of what president, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, all the way to, Donald Trump. You can't put your own personal stuff on that. People that voted for Trump aren't all racist, aren't all people that want everyone to die. They're not all people that want to take the rights away from others to be able to choose. That's every individual person has their own agenda, and to lump it with the president so it makes it look bad on him is wrong. I think that's the worst thing.
I didn't write it. That was him.
No, I didn't say you wrote it. I'm saying he wrote it.
Yeah.
What he wrote, all that hatred, and then wrapped it up in some Trump, and that's wrong. Like Trump is his own thing, and he's our president. But to put your hatred with it when there's great people out there that are Trump supporters that have nothing to do with the type of hatred that guy's spewing.
Yeah,
that's all.
But we'll stay the course, and appreciate the kind words, Nick. And
I like it.
You got him scared.
2 weeks from now, we'll see.
Are you ready for this, Myra?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
Dude.
It's kind of like, that whole time when I was pregnant in the hospital. Now it's like, this campaign, Lincoln came. Now
I need to start taking pictures of all of the signs that I see and hashtagging because I drive by them all the time. And I'm like, awesome. There's another one. And then I'm like, DJ Khaled, another one. Another one.
But let's move on to a better topic because we were talking about our boy Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Shaq.
It is Money Monday, and we like to include Shaq a lot of times in our our net worth.
I've heard the show a couple of times, and you guys was always talking about it. It's true.
So when we come back, I got a clip about Shaq talking about how athletes, lose their money right away, and what he actually did
definitely true.
to save his money and become the wealthy person that he is today.
I made 3 wishes like Shazam, and then bam, everything's been good with money. But we're gonna go to commercial break, and then we'll come back. We're gonna make sure everything's gonna do. All right.
We're going to break if that's what you guys didn't understand.
That was the interpretation of Shaquille O'Neal's voice.
We'll be right back.
Giving you everything you could ever ask for in a radio show. You're listening to The Kevin Sutton Show on ESPN 580 Orlando.
Yes, sir. Keep on giving. Oh, my goodness. So, before we got into this situation, we talked about Money Mondays, and we talked about Shaquille O'Neal, and I heard we got a clip lined up.
Yes, though. So this is Shaquille O'Neal. Pretty much, this was back in July. I think MSNBC interviewed him. We're talking about some stocks and stuff. The clip that I have, he's no longer involved with Five Guys. He sold all of his shares.
All of his shares, Five Guys?
Wow. And this is him pretty much explaining what he did to save his money. He blew his money, and what athletes need to do to save their money.
Yeah.
The burger business was good to you?
Yes, very good, very good. I grew up being raised by a drill sergeant, and every time an athlete did something crazy, I would get in trouble for it. So my father did a very great job of using scare tactics, because a lot of athletes, when they're done playing, they have no income and they go broke, and I never wanted to be like that. So even when I was making a lot of money playing basketball, I would come home and see my father and be like, yeah, but what are you doing with your money? Good for him.
What kind of advice do you give the youngsters now who are, watching the summer league games now, and
I tell them,
all the guys that just came into the league through the draft?
I tell them that this money's not going to last forever. You got to save it, you got to invest it, and you got to be smart. My first check, I blew it. I blew it in like 20 minutes. That's because I needed to. I bought my mom a car, dad a car, paid off their credit, bought them a house. I knew I was young. I knew I had more money coming in. But the second and the check after that, I was like, I got to start saving.
Were you an early investor in Facebook?
No, Google.
Oh, Google.
Yeah.
Where are you stock-wise? Do you still hold stock? You sold?
All right. So Shaquille O'Neal, he blew his first check. We all knew that. He blew his first check. But, Kevin, turn on. But he blew his first check. But the thing is with that, he was telling, make sure you save your money, invest in other things other than like flashy stuff. He didn't mention like buying a whole bunch of jewelry.
He didn't mention his $100,000 truck with speakers all in it.
Yeah, but I'm sure most of that was probably given to him.
Did he talk about how he doesn't pay his bills?
You guys are...
No. I know multiple people that do through the car clubs and different stuff. Shaq loves cars and rims.
All right, it's Money Monday.
I'm ready.
All right.
Do it.
I'm not on the list, am I, this week?
Maybe. All right, guys. So it is Money Monday. So we are taking celebrities and athletes' net worth, and we are comparing them. Now, what I mentioned earlier in the show is that we've done all these guys before, but all their net worths have changed since the last time we have played Money Monday.
So some have increased, some have decreased.
Are you guys ready to rock?
I'm ready.
All right, first two we have.
We are under protest, by the way.
All right.
Letting you know.
We want
Cristiano Ronaldo or Leo Messi. Who is worth more money? We're going to start with Myra on this one.
Speaking of not paying your bills, by the way, Leo Messi.
That's IRS. Those are taxes. That's different. That's not a bill. I'm going to say...
it's a living bill.
Leo.
Okay. Kevin.
Ronaldo.
All right. And Nick.
Give me Ronaldo.
All right. Leo Messi is worth $340 million. The last time we played Money Monday with him, he was worth $300. Okay, so his net worth went up
$40 million.
Cristiano Ronaldo, the last time we played with him, he was worth $300 million.
Wow.
He is now worth $400 million.
Yeah. Wow.
And this was 2016.
But now he's done. Let's check it a year from now, okay?
All right.
And he ain't got no money?
He's, he was the big laughingstock during World Cup.
Next two, yes, him and Neymar.
Yep.
Next two we have A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez, or David Beckham. Who is worth more money? Kevin.
The
Beckham.
Spice Girl.
You said Beckham?
Yeah.
Myra?
The Spice Girl.
And Nick.
I'm going to go A-Rod here.
Okay, A-Rod's net worth the last time we played.
Do I get J-Lo with this or no?
No, they're not married.
You like J-Lo too?
The last time we
Yeah.
played
Who
this
doesn't? Even I like J-Lo.
was in
What's not
December.
to like?
Guys,
Yeah, right.
you're off hook.
We played this in December with A-Rod. He was worth $320 million.
Mm-hmm.
Now A-Rod is worth $350 million.
Okay.
All right.
Not
David
much.
David Beckham, the last time we played
Yeah,
with
that's
him, he was worth $300 million. Now David Beckham is worth $450 million.
There you go.
All right, David
Wow.
Beckham.
That British money, I'm telling you.
All right. Next two we have Jay-Z or Tiger Woods. Who is worth more money? Nick.
Oh, this is easy.
I just talked about Tiger for an hour and 41 minutes, so I'm going to roll Tiger just on principle.
I listen to you. Really like Tiger, man.
I do. Huge Tiger fan.
He's a great golf player.
Tiger was one of the foremost prominent athletes of my childhood. It's hard for me not to be a Tiger fan.
He
Him,
is
Michael Jordan.
by far
Yeah.
a person that can say they are the Michael Jordan of that industry.
Mm-hmm.
I will give you a hint right now. Tiger Woods' net worth went down.
Down. Of course.
So Kevin, who's worth more, Jay-Z or Tiger Woods?
I'm still going with Tiger Woods.
Okay, Myra.
Jay-Z.
All right.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods' net worth before was $780 million. His net worth now $720 million. So it didn't go down that much.
Bought a couple. Oh, is that money off shooting to Elin, or did he buy a couple islands?
Yeah,
Okay,
probably, right.
yeah.
All right, Jay-Z. All right.
Wow.
This is the biggest jump. Okay.
I don't even know why y'all want to
Jay-Z was worth, before we did this was last year, January of last year.
I just love Tiger.
Okay. Jay-Z was worth
I had the Tiger.
$700 million.
Yeah, this is over.
Okay.
Now Jay-Z is worth
$1.2
$930 million.
What the hell?
Getting
This is
close
a
to
year.
$1 billion.
Yes.
Guys, he owns Beyonce.
All right. Our
Okay,
last.
hold on, but hold on. Wait, you said 20 to 900?
No,
said
720.
700.
And
Yeah.
20, and now he's got 900 million.
That's
930,
ridiculous.
yeah.
930. That's like getting $200 more in your pocket.
All right, Myra, I need you to pull out that calculator.
All right.
All right. This is the last part of Money Money Monday.
I'm ready.
We have Jerry Jones. Is Jerry Jones
Not
worth
Jeremy
more?
Jones.
JJ Money.
Is Jerry Jones worth more than Vince McMahon and Oprah Winfrey combined?
Ooh.
All right.
Oh.
So let me tell you, Jerry Jones' net worth went up. Vince McMahon's net worth
Went down.
went up.
Oh, okay.
Vince McMahon's net worth doubled. I'll give you that hint. Vince McMahon's net worth has doubled, and Oprah Winfrey's net worth has stayed the same. So who is worth more money, Jerry Jones or combination of Vince McMahon and Oprah Winfrey? Kevin.
God, dog, I hate this one. I can't go against
Follow your
Oprah.
heart.
I
Yeah,
can't go
follow
against
your
Oprah.
heart.
It's like saying Tiger Woods.
Okay, so you saying the combination of Vince and
Yeah,
Oprah?
they have more money.
Mara?
I'm going to say Tiger and Vince.
Tiger? No, Oprah.
I mean, Oprah.
Oprah and Vince McMahon. All right, Nick.
Phil's acting like I remember all these too. I'm gonna go with Jerry Jones. The Cowboys are worth
That's a lot of money.
They're worth $4 billion. I'm going Jerry.
All right, so we'll start with Vince McMahon and Oprah Winfrey.
All right, I got my
Vince
calculator.
McMahon's net worth the last time we played Money Money Monday was $730 million.
Okay.
He is now worth $1.6 billion.
Okay. 1.6.
All right.
Got it.
Oprah Winfrey stayed the same. She is at $3.2 billion. So what does that equal? Myra?
$4.8 billion.
All right, Jerry
How could
Jones.
she stay the same? I kind of protest that Oprah's money has stayed the same.
She's giving a bunch of it away.
Jerry Jones' net worth is $5.6 billion.
Dang.
So Jerry Jones is worth more than Oprah and Vince McMahon combined. So that's Money Money Monday, guys. Hashtag that on our website. And yeah.
And remember, show some love to Cruz and Pascara PA, your personal injury attorneys.
Yeah.
They do free case review. Give them a call. They're your I-4 lawyers. Cruz and Pascara. Go to the Kevin Sutton Show website. Click on the link. Cruz and Pascara.
Yeah. Sad show, but I think we picked it up a little bit.
We did, man.
Actually, you put me back in the casket, brother. Here's
Why,
that
all
much
that
money.
money?
That's a lot of money.
Hey, Nick, can I borrow $1?
I would never.
If I had one, I'd give it to you, man.
I would have never put it where Oprah. Man.
Yeah.
How did her money stay the same? She bought into the diet program. Mm-hmm. She has her whole network thing that's been going. I mean, maybe she's losing money, but she's not. She's not losing, but she's not gaining.
No.
How does that work?
Yeah.
She's giving it away.
Yeah.
Stay tuned.
You get a car.
Oh my goodness,
I
I wish.
Yeah, right.
Stay tuned. ESPN 580 has more for you. Love you guys. Stay focused. Keep on doing what you do. Spread the word.
See you mañana.